Boston is so tough because you don't know where they're going to be. But Drew Holiday
I wouldn't want to guard Boston.
They're good.
is a masterful cutter. Last night, as soon as you turn your head and do that,
Gone.
and it opens. So the low man got to roll in and tag, and they three-pointer. Boop, I was like.
They got an amazing coaching
They
staff.
do. They do.
For sure.
You can tell that they're well coached.
Yeah. They're well coached.
They locked in.
I've been looking at them play, and I'm like, I'm so glad I'm not in this era to guard them. There's too much going on out there. Like it's easy to guard two guys. You know that what they're gonna do. Bro, I used to talk to guys like, you ain't moving out the corner.
Right.
I'm in this help position because you can't move. Boston, you don't know what and who.
Bro, they
Ball movement, player movement.
Space you, bro.
So much player movement.
And then even on a cut, like Jaylen Brown cut on the 45. And it was defended well, and he flipped him. What I mean flip him is he leg whipped on the cut because the guy's on the inside. He leg whipped him. They dumped the ball in. That's a post-up. He got 2 points off of a non-dribble post-up.
Oh.
I was
Easy
like,
baskets.
I need to go back and start charting how many non-dribble post-ups they're getting off of cutting. Drew, White, Tatum, and Brown, they all get post-ups with no dribbles.
Easy
they just
baskets.
catch it.
That's
and
a lot.
shoot
That's
right
what
over
Jimmy
you.
doing in Golden State now.
Same thing.
Jimmy getting a lot of that.
He gonna be so
gonna
good
eat.
with those guys.
Yeah.
Delay cuts.
Yeah, and that it's even going to show you a little bit more of Draymond's greatness, right? Like we can all pick apart what Draymond doesn't do well, and then you could say, well, because he got Steph and Clay, he did this well. Well, adding Jimmy's going to show you a whole dynamic to his smartness and his greatness because Jimmy ain't going to have to dribble much to get a lot of buckets because Draymond is the quarterback of that team. Right? And so what I watched a lot and what I'm excited about seeing Golden State in the second half of how they continue to incorporate Jimmy, but I don't see them incorporate Jimmy like other teams where it's just give him the ball and let Jimmy run pick and rolls or this. Jimmy been in that post a lot.
Yeah.
He hard to
being
guard
the
down
second
there, bro.
or third option, but it looked like the first because we run an offense. Oh, that's not there? Now we got Jimmy down here. And so I'm excited to see how Golden State continue to involve Jimmy into the offense. A lot of it is Draymond.
Yeah, hell yeah. Draymond, because you don't see too many ISOs. You get Steph cooking. Once he's cooking, that's when he ISOs. But Steve Kerr is all about ball movement, player movement. Continue to move, throw it in the post, split action, slip. Whoever make a mistake, we're going to find that open guy every single time. So
The younger teams that's sitting at the top of the West, their coaches are doing a phenomenal job too. OKC coach.
Oh, man, he's good.
When I was in G League coaching, he was in G League coaching. He's worked his way from the form system all the way up. And I love what he does with Chet. I think Chet is coming back. The way his player movement, ball movement, and they are one of the best pressure defensive teams.
Yes.
Like they get after you.
Heck yeah.
They get after you for the whole game. They put pressure on that ball. They get after you. They force a lot of turnovers, and so they getting up and down the floor. Now, you know, after All-Star break, some of the older teams can pick up that tempo also, but they're getting after you. Memphis, they get after you. The way they use Jaren with the new big, so the 7-footer now has showed that he can play.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So now Jaren,
Big Edie.
Yeah,
Big
Big
Edie
Edie.
can play. He's big. He catches lobs. He can actually get up and down the court. He's not a liability, and he's a great low man.
Yes, he is.
So now Jaren is freed up. Now they're utilizing Jaren in a space where he's really good, bro. And that's where that 45-degree drive that we've been training. So you look at those two teams at the top in the West, and you're like, okay, they're gonna make a run in the playoffs. You got to beat them.
You have to beat them.
Yes, because they're well coached. Their coaches are always coaching. They're defending very well, and they got superstars.
Well, go back to being well coached. We know that teams in the playoffs, you can put talent versus talent, but like I said, that coach win you games too.
Yep.
That sideline matters.
Got to make
When
those
you line
adjustments,
up.
right?
Yeah, it's these adjustments. That sideline matters. So when you say they're well coached, we will see.
Yeah, they're well
coached. A lot of times it's smoke and mirrors too.
Yeah.
We think they well coached until it's moments where coach got to show up and coach don't show up.
Yep.
And sometimes that's just getting out the way. Sometimes as a coach, you got to get out the way. Like sometimes I used to get, me and Spo got into it a lot. And it was the reason we got into it a lot when we did was like, Coach, you're over coaching this this ATO. Give me the ball. That's the best thing you do. But you trying to run all these fucking sets and this and that, and then Now you're overcoaching. So we'll get into it, but also too, he was trying to coach. He was trying to run sets. He was trying to run stuff. I'm the best player. I'm like, no, sometimes coaching is just getting the ball in your best player's hand in the spot that he's going to be able to attack without so many damn dribbles. So if I run to the half court and get this ball, this is not good. But if you run a play to give me the ball in this mid post, now I'm on attack with less dribbles.
And you can see everything as well.
And I can see everything. So sometimes it's just putting the ball in your best player's hand, but putting him in his position to be able to be his best for his team, not just putting the ball in his hand.